Have you ever met people whose age seems completely unrealistic? You look at a person, you find out how old they are, and you just can't believe it. It is about such an amazing woman that we will talk about today. Her name is Argie Ligueros, and she is 81 years old. Yes, exactly 81. But outwardly, it's hard to give her more than 40. And it's not about filters, rare genetics, or random luck. This result is a consequence of the lifestyle, habits, and approach to oneself that have been formed over the years. The most interesting thing about this story is that its principles are accessible to almost everyone. This is not magic or the privilege of the chosen, but a system that can be understood and implemented into your life today. Watch this video to the end. It will be very interesting and useful. So let's get started. The first is constant sports. As people age, they lose muscle mass faster than they think. After 40 years, this process accelerates, and after 60, it becomes especially noticeable. Muscles are not just about appearance. These include joint protection, spine stability, good metabolism, and even brain health. When a person moves, blood circulation improves, cells receive more oxygen, and the brain begins to work more actively. That is why physical activity is one of the most powerful anti-aging tools, but it is important to understand one thing. Youth does not like extremes. If training destroys your body and causes chronic fatigue, this is no longer health. Argie is betting not on records, but on a long distance. She pays special attention to stretching, and it's a habit that almost everyone underestimates. People are ready to build muscles, run marathons, buy supplements, but ignore the flexibility of the body. But it is flexibility that often determines a person's biological age. You can meet a 30-year-old man who can barely bend over and an 80-year-old who moves calmly without pain. When muscles and fascia become rigid, posture deteriorates, clamps appear, blood flow is disrupted, and the load on the joints increases. Stretching is not just about twine. It's about the body's ability to maintain freedom of movement. And it is not the complexity of the exercises that is important here, but the regularity. Even 10 to 15 minutes of stretching in the morning can change how you feel after a few weeks. It is especially useful to pay attention to the thoracic region, hip joints, and the back of the legs. It is these areas that most often become wooden in people who sit a lot. If you want to feel younger, evaluating the quality of your body movement rather than the age in your passport. How easily do you get up? How freely do you move? Is there any stiffness? It shows the state of the body much more honestly. Another important element of her life is yoga. And it's not just about physical fitness. Yoga is a rare combination of movement, breathing, and working with the nervous system. Most people today live in constant stress, and chronic stress literally accelerates aging. Cortisol levels rise, sleep worsens, inflammation appears in the body, the skin ages faster, and energy decreases. The body seems to be in danger mode all the time. Yoga helps to return the body's safety signal. By the way, this is why many people look tired already at 35 to 40 years old. Their body just never really rests. Even at night, the brain continues to be on alert. Argie pays great attention to recovery, and this is a very important principle. Today, the cult of productivity makes people consider rest a weakness. But the reality is that without recovery, the body begins to collapse. Sleep, relaxation, and stress reduction are not bonuses, but the foundation of youth. Another powerful factor in her youth is the time spent outdoors. Modern man spends catastrophically little time outdoors. We live indoors, work indoors, and relax indoors. But this is not what the body was created for. Sunlight regulates circadian rhythms, affects hormones, sleep quality, and energy levels. Even mood is directly related to the amount of natural light. Separately, it is worth talking about her attitude to age. This is a very interesting topic. Most people start aging psychologically earlier than physically. They constantly repeat to themselves, "I'm already old. It's too late for me. At my age, it's impossible." And the brain begins to adjust the body to this attitude. RG accepts his age, but does not make it a limitation. Positive thinking is not about naivety and not about a constant smile. This is about an internal state in which a person does not live in a mode of chronic negativity. Research shows that people with a more positive outlook on life often live longer and recover better from illnesses. They have lower levels of chronic inflammation and fewer problems with the cardiovascular system. But it is important to understand one point here. Positive thinking doesn't work like magic. You can't just tell yourself affirmations and ignore your health. The real effect appears when a person creates a lifestyle that supports him physically and emotionally. That's exactly what RG does. Her youth is not a single habit, but a combination of simple but stable actions. And of course, she monitors the condition of the skin. But it is important to understand that the skin is a mirror of internal processes. You can buy expensive creams, but if a person does not sleep well, is constantly nervous, and does not move, the skin will still give out body fatigue. Real skin rejuvenation starts from the inside out. Good blood circulation, plenty of water, quality sleep, exercise, and stress reduction work harder than most cosmetic procedures. The story of RG Lagaros is a reminder that age alone does not determine the quality of life. Most people think of old age as something inevitably difficult, but reality shows something else. The body is able to retain energy, mobility, and clarity much longer than is commonly believed. And perhaps the main secret of youth is not to try to stop time, but to learn how to live so that the body does not feel that you are at war with it.
Friends, what do you think of this woman? Write your opinion in the comments. If this video was useful to you, then please like it and share the link with those who might find it particularly useful. We also recommend watching this video that's currently appearing on your screen.